So before you say it, no, I'm not going to make a Rebel equivalent to Storm Central or Clone Corner or anything like that. There's not enough interesting to talk about with the Rebels to even make a series worthy of that. But obviously, I love 3 1/4 and Star Wars collecting, so I had to get this new Rebel Fleet Trooper pack. And I gotta say, I really love it. It doesn't do too much that's like new and special, but man, it gives us one figure we've really been needing, and it really helps bolster the Rebel Fleet Trooper ranks in a very nice way. So let's just get this over with. There's not too much unique to talk about with these guys, obviously. Here's the box. The 4 in the front, those are pretty much the ones we get. Except for him, I feel like that one's a little older than the sculpt that we actually get. But the ones on top, those are just, other faces. It would have been cool to get those, but, it's all good. Rebel Fleet Trooper. On the back, we get the picture of the actual 4 we get. And then I always find it interesting with these packages, how you open it up, and they're like encased in a cardboard and tissue paper tomb. It's always kind of funny to me. But it's actually a really nice way to store these environmentally, because, people are just getting these to build armies, right? They're not looking to, keep them on card or anything like that. Even though I personally do think that Captain Antilles should have been on a card back, but that's just me. So, obviously, these figures are rehashes of the original Vintage Collection Rebel Fleet Trooper. And this figure was notorious for having an interesting head sculpt. He always looked kind of a little dopey. But, he did come with a little wrist ankle brace that I have no idea. Maybe it's like a little ammo right there. He came with his blaster, his helmet, of course. He also came with a scanner and a hat, which is nice. But obviously, if you get multiples of this guy, they're going to look pretty similar, aren't they? This one has kind of crazy eyes, though. I don't know why. That one looks a little calm. That one looks a little crazy. Same head sculpt, though. Yeah, if you build an army of Rebel Fleet Troopers, they're all going to look the same. Until now. Unfortunately, we still will just be limited to the 4 here. 4 and, I guess, 5 if you count that one. Because, obviously, they're going to start looking the same after a while. But still, they're really nice. Now, let's go over the articulation of this mold real quick. We'll do it with this one because he's not holding anything two-handed. So all of them have a ball joint at the head. And we just pop that off and see right there. They all have a ball joint at the head. So no dumbbell, no disc hinge or anything. Ball hinge at the shoulder. Ball hinge at the elbow. Swivel at the wrist. Swivel at the waist. Swivel at the hips. Ball hinge at the knee that unfortunately doesn't give you too much knee bend. And then ankles that move down. They move up and you get rotation. Each Rebel Fleet Trooper comes with a helmet, a blaster, and an ankle brace. But you only get 2 rifles. The only accessory I'm not showing here is the extra blaster, because I have one with a blaster, one with a rifle, and obviously this one has both. So just to let you know, there is one accessory here that is just not being shown. So yeah, the articulation is not bad. Obviously dated, because, this figure is like 10 years old now. But they don't really need to make a new one. I don't really think so. What's the point of updating it, in my opinion? It is what it is, man. We've had it for so long, I'm fine with it. So I do have to talk about the head sculpts for sure. And then we'll talk about Antilles. So obviously, we all know this Rebel Fleet Trooper. This is the most iconic Rebel Fleet Trooper. This is the guy that was front and center when the Empire was invading. The older gentleman that I feel like the original figure was kind of trying to homage, but looked nothing like him. Emphasis on the nothing part. But still, man, really nice head sculpt. Definitely looks the part. He's looking a little side-eyed. For some reason, but, still really nice sculpt. Helmet fits on real nice and solid. Some of the hair is kind of poofing out on the side, too, which is accurate. Man, that's definitely him. I really dig that. One thing to note, though, the ankles, these little braces here. I don't even know if all of the troops had those. I kind of don't like them. I don't think I'll display any of these with them. I feel like they fit better on this mold. Yeah, they definitely did. Something about it. I don't know, maybe they changed it. Then this one I have kneeling. He has the rifle. I don't think either of these two right here are actually based on an actor from the movie. But I really like this head sculpt. Almost looks a little bit like Jon Favreau. except, you know, obviously it's not Jon Favreau. It just, I think it has like a similar facial structure in some ways, and I'm just getting that vibe. It's like they sort of look like someone without looking like someone at all. It's interesting how they come up with these sculpts. Maybe they like have a computer generator of like, you know, how can we make a sculpt that looks like nobody at all but still looks like a human being? Still a really nice head there. I dig that. I don't think the skin tones are really any different with these. You know, they're both fair skinned. I don't really think there's any distinct difference, maybe slight. And this one here, I think this one might be my favorite. Unfortunately, he does have one issue where he is a little loosey-goosey with the helmet. That's because he's bald! He's bald! But honestly, I think this head sculpt's the best out of the Rebel Fleet Troopers. He doesn't have eyes that are looking a little side-eyed. He actually has some paint on the lips, too, I just realized. Do the others have lip paint? I don't think so. Maybe they don't. Yeah, it's actually got paint on the lips. It actually looks really nice. Yeah, and I mean, the skin tone's good, too. It's consistent, which I dig. One thing you always got to check is painted versus plastic. Yeah, definitely a good match. Yeah, unfortunately, without having hair, the helmet does sit on a little loose. But still, I really like this one. One thing I need to check, I don't think they would. I wonder if these heads actually match like the Endor Commandos. Oh man, I'd love an Endor Commando Army Builder pack. But obviously, gotta save the boy till last. And we have a little bit to talk about with him too. Let's drop the camera just a little bit. I don't know why I didn't have it dropped in the first place. So this is Captain Antilles. After all this time, we finally have a Captain Antilles figure. And let me tell you, it's really nice. Oh, but we already got a Captain Antilles. You mean this thing? You mean this one? Because, man, let me tell you, giraffe neck choking doesn't even look like him. Captain Antilles, they can hardly pose and look decent. This is one of those, like, this is for a display. If you want Captain Antilles, if you want Captain Anchovies getting choked by Darth Vader, this is the figure to get because that's the only thing he's good at. But if you want one to actually like lead your rebels, one to kind of be in a Rogue One display, one to be cool, one to actually pose, this is it. This is it. This is the actual action figure. This is the scene creation companion piece to a Darth Vader that can properly choke him. Yeah, look at him. He's got those joints. Whoa! Is this how elbows work? You know, he's got swivel shoulders. Hilariously, though, probably my best favoritist part of him. Obviously, he's got, you know, yelly, scared face. But he also has a giraffe neck feature where to actually get him choking himself, he raises his neck up as high as you can. And you can, like, get him full on giraffe neck. And then it actually looks even worse if you take the helmet off. Look at that. That looks like a... I shouldn't say. But let's just... You know, you can get him doing that. Are you choking, Captain Anchovies? Dude, awful. Simply awful, unless you want him. But this one thing you may note is that this one also, like... It's actually based off the actor likeness. It took me ages to actually find a picture of the actor. But I did, and this actually looks a lot like him. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have as good of a skin tone match between the neck and the head. That's kind of unfortunate. I actually didn't even really check these ones. Yeah, those are a little off too. Maybe they could have been a little more opaque. Maybe it's because this is a darker skin tone. It actually comes off a little better. Maybe all of them are like the same kind of quality of, you know, maybe could have been a little more opaque in the paint, but still, it's not bad. You can kind of see how it sort of fades away at the ball there. It's definitely kind of a faded paint job. But yeah, really nice likeness to the actor, because we never really saw him not getting choked, right? In the movie. We're on a diplomatic mission! I like this pointing hand, too. I mean, all of them have it, but still, it actually really works for Antilles. He can lead. I don't know if there's going to be costume differences that may, you know, make people upset that this isn't fully accurate. The little badge there's just painted on. Because other than that, he is entirely a repaint of the Rebel Fleet Trooper. even though if we look at the old Antilles figure, he has a holster here. The pinstripes are sculpted on. The badge is sculpted on. The pockets on the vest are about the same, but he doesn't have pockets on these pants. So yeah, there are some differences. I don't know if that's going to be something that's accurate or inaccurate, or if it will bother you or not. But it's definitely something to keep in mind, you know. This may not be the most accurate figure, but hey, it's finally a super articulated. Well, not really super articulated nowadays. That would be like Bo-Katan. But it's definitely a fairly articulated, really nice figure of, Captain Antilles. And honestly, man, this is an awesome set. If you want to get some diversity in your Rebel ranks, I definitely recommend it. If you want a Captain Antilles too, go for it. Good old anchovy boy. Let's go, let's go. So yeah, guys, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. Special shout out to the patrons at Patreon. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Alrighty, guys, there we go. Thank you so much. And if I have one complaint with this set, I wish it came with more head sculpts, because I want more diversity in my Rebel Fleet Troopers, and just Rebel Troopers in general, honestly. It'd be cool to just have a pack of of heads to give to like Hoth Troopers and Endor Commandos. That'd be nice, but also kind of creepy, just a pack of heads. I mean, there's always Marauder Task Force. I don't know if those heads would work. I'll have to try that. Alrighty, guys, I'll see ya. Bye.